RT by P gas. See from your equation of this is a weightless piston. So on the top.
Sir, for the volume RT by P gas initial.
Your P gas will always be equal to P naught.
So eta minus 1 RT.
Yeah. Rather, let's not get into this part. See the. No, I'm sorry. This is not valid. There is a force also. This is. I take back my. Forget about this. I did not take the F there. This is wrong. Okay, leave it. I'm talking about the work atmosphere. The atmospheric force, if it is doing what kind of a process is the work in the atmosphere? The pressure of the atmosphere will always remain constant. So it will be isobaric process. And the volume of the atmosphere, is it increasing, decreasing? What's happening? No, volume is not constant. Volume of the atmosphere is decreasing. Here, this is moving up. This is moving up. How much is the change in volume? Change in volume will be eta minus 1 V naught. This is the change in volume. But pressure is acting downwards and you are going against the pressure. So this work done will be negative, is it not?
Yes, sir. So for V naught we used RT by P gas initial.
Huh? Okay.
That is what I said.
So, okay, no problem. So did you have a negative sign there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then what is P naught, V naught? See, originally the pressure of the gas, this diagram is true originally. The gas is there inside and this is the atmosphere outside. Originally it's in equilibrium. Before you start pulling. So there P gas and P naught are same. For which we can say P naught V naught equals RT. So substitute this with like that and I'll get your answer. So work done by the external force equals RT eta minus 1 minus log eta. Is that okay? Yeah.
Sir, I didn't get how we got that work done by atmosphere part.
This part? Okay. One is you can think of it like this, that atmosphere is acting in which direction? In the downward direction. I'm drawing it here. Atmosphere is acting in downward direction. You are moving upward. How much do you move? Let us say you move by delta x. So what is the work done by the atmosphere? Work done by the atmosphere will be P naught A into delta x into the displacement is opposite to the force. So cos 180 will be negative. This is nothing but P naught A delta x is the change in volume. And change in volume is eta minus 1 V naught. Is that okay? Yeah, is that fine?
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's all. Or you can straight away think of it as an isobaric process where the final volume is less than the initial volume for the atmosphere. It's like saying if I take out 1 mug of water from the Indian Ocean, the Indian Ocean is less by 1 mug. So when you push back this piston, the atmosphere is less by this much volume. You have taken up some of the volume of the atmosphere. That's why your volume of the gas is increasing. Yeah, is that okay? The answer? Yeah, we move to the next question. The next one is a similar question. Let's see that. There is a horizontal cylinder. In between you have a movable piston. Initially, both sides of the cylinder are at the same pressure and same, or let's say same volume and same temperature. It's a movable piston. So, all of them are heat conducting. So it's a heat conducting piston. Now question is, there is gas on both sides. So obviously they will be at the same pressure. You can consider the pressure as P naught to begin with. Initial pressure is P naught on both the sides. The question is, what is the external work to be done isothermally such that, let's take the left hand side as 1 and the right hand side as 2, such that the volume of the left hand side becomes eta times the volume of the right hand side. So that's like saying there is some kind of a handle by which you can remove the piston. So you move it and bring it to a point where the left side volume is eta times the right side volume. So in such a process, and that is done isothermally, which means temperature will always remain same here throughout, whatever you take it to be. So what is the work to be done? That's the question. Now, before you, can you first of all tell me what is V1, V2 in terms of V0?
1 plus eta.
Yeah, you can see that V1 plus V2 is 2 V0. So we can, of course, write V2 as V2 is 2 V0 by eta plus 1. And hence, V1 is eta times V0. So it is eta times 2 V0 by eta plus 1. We'll use these values finally because V1, V2 is not given in the question. It's just a way of writing. So, similar to what we had done last time, we say work done by all the forces equals delta K is equal to 0. Who all are doing work on this piston?
Gas 1, gas 2 and external.
You got gas 1, gas 2 and the external work to be done. Now that's your target unknown. So, in order to get this, the other two we have to get. How do we get the other two? What's the formula for that? The first one, we can rewrite it as what?
First one, nRT ln
Yes.
2 eta by 1 plus eta.
Yeah, that's right. You have got this as nRT log V1 by V0. Can I say that? And for the second one, we say nRT log V2 by V0 because that's the funnel volume, initial volume. nRT is not given, but nRT equals P0 V0. So therefore, get me the funnel answer. W external equals what?
nRT ln 1 plus eta whole square.
No, nRT, don't write nRT. Use P0 V0 log eta plus 1 the whole square by 4 eta. That's what you get. That's the answer. Alright. The next question. You have a process where the pressure of the gas is proportional to the volume, or P equals alpha V is the process. The adiabatic constant for the gas is gamma here. Suppose the volume of the gas in this process increases eta times. Volume of the gas in the process increases eta times. So for such a process and a gas, find out what is delta U, what is W gas, what is the molar specific heat for this process. What kind of a process is this? Yeah, that's right. And what is the index?
-1.
So your beta is -1. So you can straight away find the C first of all. What C?
R into 2 gamma minus 1.
Alright. So that's your C. You have already found out. R by gamma minus 1 plus R by 2. Alright. Now, what about the work done by the gas? We had the formula as P1 V1 minus P2 V2 by beta minus 1, which would mean P2 V2 minus P1 V1, because this is -1 by 2. Your we can use V0 in the formula. Your V1 is V0 and this is alpha V0. Your V2 is eta alpha eta V0. So your P2 will be alpha eta V0. Is that okay? Well, that's your answer. For this part, what's that? We can say eta square -1 by into alpha V0 square. Alpha V0 square is common by 2. That's your W gas. Okay? And what about delta U? Yes, delta U will be NCV delta T. So NCV delta T will be what? This will be NCV delta T is NR T2 minus T1 by gamma minus 1. This will be P2 V2 minus P1 V1 by gamma minus 1. If you notice, this numerator is P2 V2 minus P1 V1, which is the same thing as this. So we substitute it like that. So the answer would be alpha V naught square by eta square minus 1 by gamma minus 1. That's the answer for delta U. There we have found out all the three. So just recognize that this is a polytropic process, and then the spate of formulae we had for polytropic, we can use them and get the results. Yeah, can we move on? The next question. For a gas which is having gamma and initial temperature T0, the heat transferred equals the decrease in the internal energy. For a certain gas in a process which is having its adiabatic constants gamma and initial temperature T0, the heat transferred equals decrease in heat transferred to the gas equals decrease in delta U. So for such a process and the gas, what is the molar specific heat?
So it's decrease in U or delta U.
Decrease in U. What is the temperature volume relation? What is the work done by the gas if 1 mole of the gas expands its volume from V0 to eta V0? Yeah. So I've asked you 3 questions. Yeah. What's the meaning of this statement?
Q is equal to delta U.
Q equals?
Minus delta U.
Yeah, Q equals minus delta U. So now use the definition of C and find out. So
Delta have
Have
its own sign.
sign. So delta
yeah.
Decrease in internal energy will be compensated in the sign of delta U. So how can we put negative in front of it?
No. The heat transferred equals the decrease in internal energy. I'm saying this is what is happening. So Q will be equals minus delta. That's the interpretation of the statement.
Possible. So but decrease in U will come in delta U. Delta U will be negative if it's decrease in U.
No. Whatever is that value, that happens to be equal to Q. This is in addition to the FLT that you have. FLT is a separate thing. Why can you not have both valid?
Decrease in the rate of flow.
So delta U is U final minus initial. So final is already less than initial. So
So it will always be negative. So if we put this, then
So if you put this as negative, another negative will make it, because Q is positive now. If final is less than negative,
So
when you
how
put
will
another
the
negative, it
decrease
becomes
in-
positive.
How will then Q become a decrease in U?
The value of Q equals the decrease in internal energy. Can you not have the loss of money that you have equal to the income you have? Suppose you lost 500 rupees. Some pickpocket got your 500 rupees. So you lost 500 rupees. And that is equal, and you also gained 500 rupees. Now those are two independent things and they happen to be equal. So what?
So basically you mean the magnitude, not neglecting the sign.
No, I mean what I said. I mean the heat transferred in this process equals a decrease in internal energy. Just write down that statement in English. This is just a symbolic way of writing the same. I'm telling you the statement in English. In this process, the heat transferred equals a decrease in internal energy. So how will you translate that statement?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
I still didn't get
We
it.
don't get it, sir. If the
If we're already saying it's decrease in
Decrease in
internal
U,
energy, so that means
internal
internal
energy.
energy has to decrease.
yeah,
Wait a minute. Listen. Just listen. Have you written the statement heat transferred equals decrease in internal energy? Write that statement. Okay? Or rather, let me also write that statement here. In this process, heat transferred. Alright. Now, how do you interpret the statement? Will you write this as Q equals delta U or what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We write
But
it as
then we have condition the delta.
If you write it like that, then this becomes an isochoric process.
Yes, sir, but
this-
then the statement it doesn't
This
make
means
sense.
if Q is positive, delta U is also positive. But that's not what I am saying. This is for an isochoric process. If you take this interpretation, this is an isochoric process. Whatever heat you give to the system, that much internal energy will rise. But I am saying something else.
So it should be negative of change in internal energy, then it makes sense. But you're saying decrease in internal energy, that means you're already telling it's decreasing. So how does that make sense that we put a minus sign to it?
I'm saying this, how would you interpret this? Put this mathematically, how will you write it?
In case I get a condition that Q is equal to delta U, provided delta U is less than 0.
No. See, first of all, decrease in internal energy means what? Your delta U,
It's negative.
delta U is negative. Okay?
Yeah.
But heat is transferred to the gas. So what will be Q, positive or negative? If heat is transferred to the gas, according to our sign convention, is Q positive or negative?
Positive.
Yes. So our Q is positive. Now if I write Q equals delta U, how can it be consistent? Can this be true? On one hand you are saying delta U is negative, and you are also saying Q is positive. How can Q be equal to delta U? Positive cannot be equal to delta U.
It's a magnitude.
So you have to say negative. Then only it makes sense. Yeah, is that okay?
Better, but still, as in the statement is not entirely correct. As in you can't say.
No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Statement is exactly correct.
I don't. Okay.
No. Listen. It's not a question of my statement versus your statement. It is the statement. Look at the statement. You have to have the first law of thermodynamics in place and the statement. I'm giving you a statement from Irudov. Yeah, is that sufficient?